Hey everybody out there in the YO universe, this is Survivor 2002. This is my first 2 cents worth editorial in quite a while. And it's on a subject that has been weighing on my mind for the better part of the week. I guess by now this has been a topic of conversation at water coolers and dinner tables everywhere. It's concerning the rant by this fool from MSNBC, Rick Santelli, the one who got out there and waved his arms and yelled and screamed and said, "Do you want to pay for your neighbor's mortgage? Hell no," and had his buddies in the background in the peanut gallery, cheering him on. Okay, here's what I have to say about that. Congratulations, Mr. Santelli. You played the media exactly the way it needed to be played if you wanted attention, and you got plenty of it. For, as usual, the same kind of stupid-ass rant that most of you talking heads always like to use to garner more attention and notoriety for yourself. Way to go. The way I think of this whole thing is, my perspective on this is this. I have been a blue-collar, white-collar working guy for almost 50 years now. In fact, 2010 is the big 5-0 for me. I have worked for the better part of my life. I've paid taxes. And more out of necessity than choice, I chose not to take advantage of one of those quick and easy loans that a lot of people got from the banks, the mortgage traps that they got ensnared in when they said, "Oh, come to us and your job is your credit, and if you don't have any credit, that's no problem, we'll help you build credit." I decided to forgo all that stuff, mostly because I had the wherewithal and the common sense to know that I could not afford to take advantage of something like that. So as a result, I have never owned a house. I've never owned a car. I've always rented. If I have driven cars throughout the better part of my adult life, it's cars that belong to someone else for whatever reason, doing deliveries, doing, office work, what have you. But most of the places I've lived basically had enough access to public transportation, knock on wood, so I didn't have to worry about that. And I've always dreamed of being able to put money away someday to have a house or a condo or something to invest in. And because I didn't go to Harvard or Yale or one of these fancy business schools and get my 6-year degree and end up wearing $20,000 suits and silk ties in the pit at Wall Street like certain people, I am probably what you referred to before this whole thing went bust as a loser. One of these guys that, "Oh, you didn't apply yourself," and la-di-da, and this, that, and other thing. So suddenly the people who did do all that stuff and try to take part in the American dream, now they're losers too? Yeah, okay. This coming from someone who probably makes who makes 6 figures a year, doesn't have to worry about where the car payment's coming from, where the mortgage payments are coming from, how they're going to put food on the table, or even if it's going to be a table to put food on and a house to put that table in. But the sheer chutzpah and the stupidity and the lack of empathy behind statements like this just really boggles the mind. But it also doesn't surprise me because it's coming from someone who probably has never held a blue-collar job in his life and wouldn't understand what the situation is for most people right now down here on the ground in the real world, where the air is not rare and where we don't go to Morton's to have our lunches or whatever. But all I can say is this, thinking people out here are not buying this bullcrap. Really, seriously. Because the whole rant about, do you really want to pay your neighbor's mortgage and finance their bad behavior? Are we forgetting something? A a lot of that bad behavior was also encouraged by the banks, who knew damn well when they gave half these loans that the people they were giving them to couldn't afford to pay them, or eventually they would find themselves in that situation where they couldn't pay those loans off. I am pissed enough right now to want to have my own yelling, screaming, arm-waving rant to the point where I might blow out the speakers on my camera on my PC right now. But I'm not going to go there. I just wish that if people who wanted attention, like Mr. Santelli, thought about it for a second, they could do it in a more positive way. But I don't know, something about this whole period of time, this whole period of history, has brought us to a point where positivity is not something that's really been encouraged. Hopefully, with the election of our new president, that climate in this country will change. In the meantime, it is my most sincere wish that people like Mr. Santelli allow me to buy them a drink. And I don't mean just decaf coffee or regular coffee or tea. I mean a nice, tall, cool, inviting glass of shut the fuck up. And that is going to be my somewhat subdued rant on that subject.